This is ABC7 News at 6. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us tonight. New information about a sheriff's office sweep on Casperson Beach that resulted in the arrest of 6 men. We're
now learning one of those men accused of indecent exposure holds a very prestigious international title. ABC7's Christopher Brantley joins us live from Casperson Beach with more on the story tonight. Christopher?
Well, good evening from Casperson Beach, where those arrests were made. This is really a secluded area, a place deputies say has become a prime spot for bad behavior. And those suspects come from all walks of life, including a foreign dignitary. Casperson Beach and the surrounding park have seen these types of arrests before.
It's secluded, and so I think that may be the attraction, to it.
Last week, undercover deputies arrested 6 men accused of unlawful sexual behavior, including this man, Stephen Gergatz, the honorary consul for the Hungarian consulate. The publication Hungarian Today reportedly spoke with Honorary's wife, Juliana Bika, who denied claims that her husband had exposed himself to undercover detectives. According to Ms. Bika, her husband was simply sitting in a hammock reading his newspaper at a spot that was significantly removed from the public beach. But deputies dispute that and say he was arrested for breaking the law.
If you're engaging in unlawful conduct, and especially when it affects others, you're going to be held, to those consequences for your behavior.
Several of the men arrested either exposed themselves to the deputies or were already exposed when the deputy walked up. John Walsh is the captain of the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office Investigative Unit.
The undercovers typically engage the people that they see acting suspiciously in some conversation, and then they witness their, criminal behavior.
Once they witness that criminal behavior, the person is then arrested. When we walked through the park on Tuesday, we found many walkways secluded, a place undercover deputies keep an eye on. However, not everyone is terribly concerned.
Yeah, I heard it on the news last night about some people that were exposing themselves.
Did it make you concerned?
No.
But deputies say that this has happened before at this beach. In fact, last April, another sting was done at the same beach, that time netting 5 men, and another sting in 2013, arresting 7 people. As for the Hungarian consul Stephen Gergatz, he is expected to appear in court on March 16th. He has reportedly already informed the Hungarian embassy in Washington, D.C. of the arrest. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Christopher. Calls from several Good Samaritans helped lead to the arrest of an Osprey woman. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says witnesses called 911 Monday night about a woman's erratic driving. The caller said Shayna Delaney stopped in the middle of the road, was talking to herself, and began falling asleep at the wheel before pulling into a parking lot. Deputies say they saw Delaney attempting to conceal a prescription pill bottle by handing it to a 5-year-old in the back seat. They found 2 straws consistent with drug use and methamphetamine. Delaney is charged with felony child neglect, among other charges, and remains in the Sarasota County Jail without bond.
Floridians with concealed weapons licenses would be able to carry guns in areas now deemed as gun-free under a group of new measures. Proposals have been introduced to allow more than 1.7 million people with concealed carry licenses to bring guns to college campuses, airport terminals, and government meetings. Gun control advocates are also back in the Capitol opposing the kinds of guns and ammunition that can be sold.
Why don't we just say, in certain situations, let's try it. Let's just try something different for a while and say, let's let law-abiding citizens exercise their Second Amendment right.
We have the voters on our side, we have the evidence on our side, and we have the data on our side. And we believe eventually will prevail, and common sense gun reforms will begin to pass in Florida.
One of the first bills the Senate could take up would shift the burden of proof from defendants to prosecutors during pre-trial hearings in stand-your-ground cases. Another proposal would allow people to carry guns in airport terminals.
And now for a check on our forecast, we're going to head over to Bob in what is a very warm week, but some changes in store.
Some changes in store with the cold front, but it's not much of one. We're going to see some cooler weather headed our way, but you gotta look at this. High temperatures today, upper 80s to near 90 degrees inland areas, just enough heat and the sea breeze developing to create these scattered showers. This is a typical of what we see during the summer months, although it'd be a little bit more widespread and the storms would be a little bit more intense, but still it's a result of the sea breeze front that has developed at those temperatures, again soaring into the mid to upper 80s and in some cases 90s. You get a look at the rain now near Lakewood Ranch, Lorraine Road, State Road 70, spreading down toward, again, looks like Legacy, that activity moving off to the west. The tops of these storms not all that high, 20,000 feet, so we're not expecting to see any lightning strikes with them. And then you can see down closer, Center Ice Parkway, some shower activity near Hidden River Trail. And then along I-275 near the Ellington Mall, some rainfall there, again pushing off toward the northwest. Temperatures are starting to cool, but it was a very warm day today with a couple of records here along the Suncoast. More on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. One of the biggest animal abuse and hoarding convictions on the Suncoast is set to be back in front of a judge. The owners of Napier's Log Cabin Horse and Animal Sanctuary Rescue are appealing their 2015 convictions. And as ABC7's Bobette Yates shows us tonight, the case is set for oral arguments in 2 district court of appeals tomorrow. Bobette?
Yes, Alan and Cherie Napier were arrested after hundreds of animals were found on their property living in deplorable conditions. And while they're convicted for multiple counts of aggravated animal abuse, they've maintained their innocence and are now asking the Court of Appeals to step in. One by one, dogs, cats, and horses were removed from the Napier's Log Cabin Horse and Animal Sanctuary. The raid was conducted by the Manatee County Sheriff's Office in February 2013. At the time, Dave Bristow, MCSO's spokesperson, described the horrific conditions.
You can smell out here, so you can imagine how bad it is in there. And a lot of those dogs were in the house, and the house was just absolutely filthy. The raid resulted in sanctuary owner Alan and Cherie Napier being arrested. Both were convicted on 8 counts of aggravated animal abuse and 1 count of scheming to defraud. Alan had an additional fraud charge and has been in jail since 2015. But since sentencing, Cherie has been out on probation. Now an appellate judge is set to review their case.
In this circumstance, the defense is alleging that the state failed to prove that this was an actual intentional act.
Anne Marie Rizzo is an attorney with the Law Place, and while she is not connected with the Napier's case, she was able to break down what will happen in court on Wednesday.
There'll be a panel of judges that will hear the oral arguments, ask questions, and then make a determination as to what the final ruling would be as to whether or not the decisions made by the trial court judge were in fact the correct decisions and rulings or not.
Rizzo also reviewed the Napier's case documents and says the appeal is being done based on 7 different factors, among them the opinion that the couple did not intentionally hurt the animals. They also say their fraud charges were unfairly commingled with the animal abuse charges. All arguments, Rizzo says, will be tough to prove.
I believe that the prosecutors will have probably an easier argument to be made than the defense. It's usually more of an uphill battle for the defense attorneys.
Now, if the appellate court finds in favor of the Napiers, they could be granted a new trial or even released. We'll keep you updated on this story. Back to you.
All right, Bobette, thank you. Still to come in your Suncoast News, Sarasota County's latest move in bringing the Atlanta Braves to Northport for spring training.
And spring break is almost here. How officials on Holmes Beach are hoping to make traffic one less headache on the island.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Once upon a time, there were children who didn't know the magic of books. They didn't have stories to introduce them to enchanting characters. Now you can give stories that change lives. Go to magicofstorytelling.com to give all children the chance to follow their dreams.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Florida Studio Theater presents the regional premiere of Clever Little Lies, now playing in the Keating Theater. Secrets are exposed and clever little lies are crafted in this fast-paced comedy by Joe DiPietro. Shattering and hilarious, Clever Little Lies is a story of long-term love and marriage, for better and for worse. Don't miss what critics are calling lively with big reveals and surefire comedy. Clever Little Lies is now playing. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
An important message for Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you receiving all the benefits available to you? Now's the time to find the coverage that's right for you at the right price. The way to do that is to explore your options. You can spend hours doing that yourself, or you can call Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you. Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge.
Call 1-800-738-1923.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world. The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
She's excited for you, and you want to be stunning for the big day. Treat yourself to a natural, youthful look and let your true beauty shine through. Dr. John Feza brings experience, artistry, and advanced technologies to help take years off your appearance. Enjoy all the years of bliss ahead with confidence. Call today to schedule a private consultation for a facelift, eyelid lift, firmer jawline, or laser resurfacing. Faces by Feza, only at Center for Sight.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Another big step in bringing the Atlanta Braves to Northport for spring training. After months of negotiations, Sarasota County Commissioners approving a letter of intent today to begin the process of bringing the Braves to the Suncoast. The Braves are agreeing to pay $2 million each year of the 30-year agreement, plus an estimated $7.5 million to furnish the stadium. City of Northport is being asked to contribute at least $9 million total over that 30 years. The county will contribute approximately $22 million in tourist development taxes. Northport will consider the letter next week. The Holmes Beach Police Department, Manatee County, and FDOT are working together to make spring break safer for all visitors. The team is synchronizing all traffic lights on Holmes Beach to keep traffic flowing. The police department says the town sees more than 16,000 cars driving on the island each day this time of year. So it's important to give yourself extra time to reduce stress. We'll have more on this story coming up tonight at 11 o'clock.
A Bradenton Dairy Queen on State Road 64 is serving up more than just ice cream. The newly opened franchise is one of 3 on the Suncoast, the Tampa area, that is donating 100% of its profits to the nonprofit Lakeview Center. The center provides mental health services, including addiction treatment, as well as child protective services and employment for those with physical or mental disabilities. They're hoping to open 12 other locations in the Tampa Bay area within the next 3 years.
Terrific.
Very.
Yeah.
That's just exceptional.
All right, your forecast coming up next. Today it was sort of a summer pattern.
Yeah, it was.
In February.
Sure felt like it.
Details next.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
Our goal is to do things better than anybody in the country.
What makes Sarasota Memorial Hospital's program so special is that it's taking care of the patient in every aspect of cardiovascular disease. And in this community, the patients are very active. The idea is not just to get them over that operation, but to get them back to doing the things that they enjoy doing.
Ace is a place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Does it really matter what type of light bulb you use?
We have a huge selection of bulbs. I gave Stella LEDs because they can last up to 20 years.
Ace is a place that knows a lot can change in 20 years. Except these light bulbs.
Hi. Oh, sure.
Don't miss these February red-hot buys on wild bird food and Scott's Bonus S Weed and Feed. 6 convenient Sarasota locations and now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now, during our Winter White event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Another hot one, and
Afternoon showers.
Not thunderstorms,
Not
but
yet.
storms.
There's a slight chance to see some isolated lightning strikes, but unlikely. But yeah, 80 degree, mid 80s to even upper 80s inland areas, kicking off a few showers on the sea breeze front. Lakewood Ranch webcam will show that. You know, at 4:30, it was pretty quiet. We had some fair weather cumulus clouds, and the sea breeze developed. And sure enough, rain falling right now at the Legacy and the courses around Lakewood Ranch, I-75 and University, all the way up to State Road 70 and 64. And some photos sent in from yesterday's game. The Bushmans there, Emily on the left and Bob on the top right, and their friends Daniela and Bert all having a great time. People sending their photos in the pics at mysuncoast.com. And no game there today, but there was a game in Bradenton. Mid 80s right now, again on Wednesday. Get a look at that. Upper 80s even inland. And then cold front arrives on Thursday. And the cold front will be late in the day. And then slightly cooler temperatures will filter in behind that front. Now, there's a chance for a few showers with the front, but not much. The low pressure area is developing over Texas and Arkansas. It will move off to the northeast and eventually sweep that cold front our way. But we have a little miniature cold front with that sea breeze front that has kicked off showers at Lakewood Ranch and University. You can see that stretching up to State Road 70 now, entering into Terra, and then some showers up near Palmetto and Ellington. Some moderate to heavy rainfall right now occurring in sections of parts of Sarasota County. And right now it's 76 degrees. It's cooled down a little bit. We have a southwest wind at 8 and the pressure 3018, still very high and rising. The high today close to a record, 85 degrees. It's going to be tough to beat 88 set back in 1997. 63 was the morning low. Both those numbers well above average, and it'll stay above average tomorrow. The thing that we will see is the possibility of that fog developing once again. It will be rather thick in the early morning hours. 78 in Tallahassee, 81 in Orlando, 78 now in Miami, 79 in Key West. Temperatures across the area, mid 70s to lower 70s near the coast, and where it's raining, it's cooled. It's 80 in Wauchula. Wauchula was at 89 degrees just about an hour and a half ago. Tomorrow's highs near the coast will be in the low 80s. We'll have some sunshine around. We'll have that fog and low cloudiness in the morning hours, and it should break up 9:30, 10 o'clock. And then a pretty sunny and warm day again tomorrow with the possibility of isolated inland showers developing along the sea breeze front. Big storms firing up into Illinois, parts of Indiana tonight. You can see these cells starting to pop up in the last few frames. The ones near Chicago and places to the south indicating severe weather warnings right now in the areas of yellow right there. The area in red, a tornado watch. And interesting to note, Chicago has not had snow on the ground January and February. And that is a record. They haven't had that ever in 146 years. Now you can see some showers and snow developing over parts of Nebraska and Colorado. That's that low pressure area developing. Severe weather potential for us tomorrow into Ohio, West Virginia, Tennessee, and Kentucky. There's that snowfall. Again, not much going on there. Chicago about to make history after today with a lack of snow on the ground. 15 in Minot. There's really not any cold air. Cleveland at 58, 46 in Toronto, Boston the same, 56 in Detroit, 81 in Dallas. Well, for boaters, winds out of the south-southwest, and they'll be about 10 knots. They'll turn to the southwest later on in the afternoon. Seas running 1 to 2 feet, and a light chop on the bays and inland waters. There may be some fog around in the morning. and that should burn off, as I said, around 9, 10 o'clock. Water temperature at 73 degrees. Beaches will see a high right around 78, and inland areas mid-80s to upper 80s. Now, a low tide coming at 8:22, another one at 8:47 tomorrow morning. Sunset will be at 6:30. Should be a good one, and mostly clear tonight. After we get rid of these isolated showers around, we'll see that fog forming after midnight. 65 for your low and warm temperatures. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny in the afternoon, 84 degrees. Morning fog burns off, and another warm day anticipated. A chance for showers comes on into Thursday, and that'll be late Thursday. Breezy but clearing and turning slightly cooler on Friday and Saturday. Linda?
Hi, I'm Linda Carson. Coming up, we'll introduce you to an amazing Suncoast woman who's traveled the world, and now she touches the lives of Manatee County children.
Tonight, President Trump's first address to a joint session of Congress. With Americans split over health care, the budget, protecting our borders, will his words help bridge the divide? Live from the nation's capital, this is Where America Turns, ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sun-splashed paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s, plus incredible savings on move-in ready homes. Come tour 6 designer models. This is the time of your life. Make it island time at Harbor Isle. Go to mintofla.com now.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
This is the last day of Black History Month for 2017, and we honor an amazing Suncoast woman who makes Manatee County her home.
ABC7's Linda Carson joins us with her story. Linda.
Dr. Diana Green is certainly an amazing woman. She is the first African-American woman to hold the position of school superintendent in Manatee County and the second statewide. It wasn't easy to attain, but she's a woman who sets a goal and doesn't give up until she reaches it. Diana Green is where she is today because of her father's influence. He was in the Air Force. She was born on a military base, one of 4 children.
I lived in Germany and almost every state in the United States, and so it was a wonderful childhood that I had.
When her dad retired, they moved back to the States. It was a tough time for her.
I was teased and bullied and had to go through that. So now, when I was a teacher or now as superintendent, it's very important to me to address those issues and talk about it with young people to let them know how I felt being bullied.
She graduated from Vanguard High School in Ocala, then from the University of North Florida.
Then went back to school and got my master's from Nova Southeastern University and then my doctorate from Capella University.
Her father inspired her to become a teacher.
My father, after he retired from the military, became a teacher. And so it was him, I think, that inspired me to go into teaching.
She soon decided she wanted to move up in the teaching profession. And how do you accomplish that?
You rise to the top by learning from your failures. When you fall down, you get up, you dust yourself off, figure out how did I fall and how did I get there, and learn from that and move forward.
So she became a principal and then a deputy superintendent in Marion County.
I actually ran for superintendent in Marion County and did not win.
But she didn't give up.
I've applied for a number of superintendent positions, and again, I'm a believer that if I didn't get it, then it wasn't meant for me. And so don't use that as a reason to not continue applying.
Then Manatee County had an opening.
And I applied, I didn't get it, but I was hired as the deputy superintendent. And so for 2 years, I was the deputy superintendent.
And then she was appointed superintendent. So she has her dream job, a wonderful husband, and 2 great sons. And her life lesson?
My life lesson is that no matter how many times you're in a dark place, there's always a place with light. And go find that place.
Dr. Green heads up 7,700 employees of the Manatee County school system, and she says what she likes best about her job is working with them to provide the very best possible education for the children of Manatee County. We are so lucky to have her. She is amazing.
She is, and she's so positive.
Oh, she's got such a great attitude.
Yeah, she is.
Yes.
One of my children in Manatee County School too there, so she's taking care of business there in Manatee County.
You're a lucky guy,
A lot of people
Bob.
think she's the perfect fit for that job there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was needed, yeah. All right, thank you, Linda.
Thank you for joining us. World
see
News
you-
Tonight is next.